Hey guys, create a budget for March with me. Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure you purchase this template. And creating a budget is never too early. What you want to do is create it before the money comes in. So the first thing you want to do now is identify your source of income. Is it stipend? Is it loan? I hope not. Is it business income or is it salary? So we're going for salary and we're assuming that you earn 250,000 naira monthly. Now, the question is, how do you want to spend this money? And we're going to do a need-based budgeting approach whereby we start with our expenses, important expenses like feeding. So let's put a short description. Let's assume you want to go and buy foodstuff once they pay you salary. So for your foodstuff, we're assuming, let's say 65,000 naira. You want to buy food in bulk. The next expense is going to be your transportation, assuming you're always going to and from work. So the budgeted for, let's assume, is 1,200 every day times 25 days in a month. Plus then weekends, you probably want to go out, right? Extra 5,000. So that's 35,000 for your transportation. That's now the next important expense you want to go for is utilities. You want to pay NEPA bill, water bill, and all of that, right? Assuming you stay alone or you own a place and all of that, you're contributing to home upkeep, something like that, right? So let's go for 20,000. Shouldn't be more than this. I don't know how much is rent. Yeah, I don't know how much is NEPA bill right now, but shouldn't be more than that. Then the next most important thing that we cannot do without is data, right? And airtime. And airtime. That's another important thing you want to budget for. Let's assume 20,000. Now that we have looked at our major expenses, now we can save, right? So save. Let's assume you want to save for a goal, for a course or something. Savings. Or you put it in an account that you will not touch. Now, somebody that is earning 250,000, I expect you to not save less than 50,000 every month. You can do more. You can do more. But then the way you can stick to your budget is if you make provision for personal spending, right? So let's look for entertainment. For me, for instance, I want to save for my birthday, right? So I don't have to spend it immediately. Birthday. So I want to be saving, let's say, 30,000 every month for my birthday so that by October I can go out with my friends. Next thing you want to make provision for is gifts and donation. People you want to buy gifts for or family. Let's say, for instance, I want to send money to my brother. You can make provision of, let's say, because you have what you have left is 30,000 after covering all your essentials. So you cannot afford to give more than 30,000. But in this case, we're going to make provision for less than that, 15,000. So now you can see that we have a surplus of 15,000. Why? What if you go to the market and instead of foodstuff is 65,000, it becomes 70,000? What happens? You can easily modify your budget and you still have surplus. If you don't do this, it means you go and be cutting from your savings, and I do not want that. But then you can also forget something. For instance, now we did not make provision for, let's say, toiletries. What if your bathing soap finishes and you need to replace it, right? Or you want to buy your skincare, so you can write bathing soap, for instance, and you make provision of 5,000. So you can see we still have 5,000. This is why when you're creating your budget, don't allocate everything. Make provision for extra because you might have to update your budget. Now, assuming it's March, you've received your income. How are you now going to track your spending? Like I said, make sure you get this tracker because it makes things easier. So let's say they paid you, today is 1st of March. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to the market to buy your food stuff. Or you've already ordered your food stuff, you want to pay them the money, right? So we put food stuff. But fortunately for us, instead of 65,000, we spent, let's say, 63,000 on our food stuff. Payment method, let's assume we did bank transfer, most of it, right? So, and then what is the category for your food stuff, feeding and groceries? Now, if you can see my screen well, immediately I populated it. You can see it's showing a breakdown for those of us that don't like numbers, that we like graphical representation. I can see how I'm spending my money. After food stuff, let's assume that you sent money to your brother. We made 15,000 naira provision for family, right? Transfer to sibling. So we can just indicate it. Oh, instead of 15,000, it became 20,000. Can our budget accommodate that? Let's see. So bank transfer. You come to the category and we categorize it as gift and donation. When you're tracking it, you also put it under gift and donation. Yes. Make sure you reflect the dates. You can see it's also, we can see a summary by the side, and you can see a breakdown here to show you what it looks like. After transferring to our sibling, today you went to work now, put our transport. Today it wasn't 1.5, let's assume it was, instead of 1.2, let's assume it was 1.5 today you spent. You spent money at lunch, LUNCH at work. It's part of your feeding too, right? 1,500. We also budget it. cash, cash, and then you record it. Transportation is still categorized under transportation. Lunch is also a subset of your feeding and groceries. Now, I told you another important thing is make sure you save your money immediately. So savings, so for our savings, immediately the money came in, you saved your 50,000 naira. You want to update it immediately, right? You go to your savings, you go to bank because you transferred it to another bank account or your savings app, and we go to categories, savings. Now you see in just 3 minutes, I've updated my budget to show what I spend. So it's not complicated, it's not difficult. See the breakdown. Now let's go to our budget and see what is happening. That's the good thing about this template. You can see that it is reflecting immediately. You can see our foodstuff, it's telling us that we have a balance of 5,500. From our transportation, we've only spent 1,500. Our savings, we've saved everything. That's why it's yellow, like it's balanced. And now we can see that our family, it is 20,000, but we are still good because we still have a surplus of 5,000. So all we need to do is update the budget to show 20,000. And now we have no money extra to spare. The only money we have at hand is this 136,000 that we have, is 114,000 that we have unspent. So you see, you make a budget, you track it, and then you go to your budget and you can see if you're spending within your budget or beyond your budget. You can update your budget. And the best part about this tracker is there's also a part for annual overview where you can see your breakdown over a period of time, over 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and even 1 year. So I hope this convinces you to start budgeting. It's not difficult. All it takes is less than 10 minutes. You're welcome.